I've heard a lot of people tell me that they don't track calories because it doesn't work. And that annoys me because, well, it does work. However, if you count calories wrong, like if you do anything wrong, then yeah, it's not going to work like intended. There are a bunch of mistakes that I've seen clients make in my time, and not to mention an absolute ton of mistakes that I have personally made. So I feel like I'm quite qualified to make this video for you guys. I'm going to be giving you an in-depth look over how to properly count and track your calories and macros so that you can finally take control of your physique. It does work, you've just got to do it right. I also know that some of the information in the beginning of this video is going to be basic knowledge and easy for some of you guys, so make sure to use the timestamps along the bottom of the video to skip along to the part that's relevant to you, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be something in here for everybody. Calories are the absolute king when it comes to maintaining your body weight, losing fat, building muscle, whatever your goal is. If you have control over calories, then you have control over your weight. So we need to learn this. So yes, you can have ultimate control, just don't make these mistakes. But first, take 2 seconds to subscribe to my YouTube channel, ashmaypt, and also give this video a thumbs up whilst you're at it. Alright, so I'm just going to put it out there. MyFitnessPal is the best app for tracking your calories and macros. End of. So because of that, I'm going to give you a really quick rundown on how you can use this effectively with the free version. Don't buy it, there's no need. But that being said, any of this information will still apply to whatever calorie tracking app you want to use, or if you just want to go back to old times and use a pen and paper. I'm not here to judge. I know most of you already know this, so let's go quick. First off, you need to set your calorie goal per day. Don't worry too much about where the macros are because these can be changed. You just want to make sure that you're getting around about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that you have. Aside from that, you're good to go. Then just go to the diary, scan the barcodes of the ingredients you're using, enter the amounts that you're using, and boom, you're done. Consistently do this, and within a week or so, you've probably logged nearly everything that you use on a day-to-day basis. So the whole process is going to get way quicker because MyFitnessPal remembers the stuff you use in the amounts you use. Yes, it may seem clunky and annoying for the first few days, week max, but it's worth it. Get over it. See, isn't that simple? Now we are on to the important bit. These are the biggest mistakes that I see people making when it comes to counting their calories, and this is where the whole "it doesn't work" thing comes from. Some of these things may seem very small and very minor, but trust me, you would be shocked at how much these can add up and add hundreds, if not thousands, of calories to the amount you think that you are eating. I don't want to spend too long on each one, so let's blast through these. The first one is weighing your food cooked versus weighing your food raw. Basically, always weigh your food raw. This is because cooking your foods in different ways will dramatically change their weight based on how much water is retained within the food. For example, 300 grams of potatoes after being boiled will weigh physically a lot more than 300 grams of potatoes that have been roasted, because when they're roasted, a lot of the water drains out of them. So if you weighed your potatoes after cooking and you roasted them, you might weigh 150 grams of potato, when in reality, you're eating 300 grams worth. The same goes for rice. If you undercook your rice, it will have less water in it, so it will weigh less and you'll be eating more than you think. Or you could overcook your rice, add more water to it, and you're eating less than you think. Weighing and tracking everything in its raw, uncooked state will easily avoid this problem. Next up should be an absolute no-brainer, but it's not somehow. You need to weigh your food. Do not think that you can track calories without weighing your food. If you're wanting to accurately track your calories and ensure that you're successful in your diet, ensure that you're not wasting your time, then you need to weigh out what you're eating. Countless times, I have seen somebody go in MyFitnessPal and enter a medium potato or a large banana. What the hell is a large banana? What the hell is a medium potato? And I'm sorry guys, but you do not know how much 15 grams of peanut butter is just by looking at it. And you definitely for sure don't know what 80 grams of rolled oats are just by looking at them. But you know what does know? A food scale. The third most common mistake is not tracking cooking oils. You know that oil that you pour over your pan before you cook chicken, or the oil you put in with your broccoli or whatever? You know that actually goes onto your food, right? Yeah? And you know that a shot of that oil is like 200 calories. Yeah? Just one alcohol shot size of cooking oil contains 350 calories. Do you know how insane that is? Do you know how easy it is to add that to your food and then not track it because, oh, it's just a bit of oil? It's not just a bit of oil, it's 350 calories. Any butters, oils, anything else you cook your food in, it has to be weighed and it has to be tracked, it has to be accounted for. It sounds like a pain in the arse, but it really isn't. It takes 2 seconds and it guarantees your success. So do it. Similar to the last one is not tracking your sauces and condiments. And everything I said for the previous point applies to this point. I know you think that blob of mayonnaise doesn't matter, but that blob of mayonnaise is 100 calories. I know you think that blob of barbecue sauce or tomato ketchup, whatever it is, doesn't matter, but it does. It all adds up, guys, so make sure you're tracking it, weighing it out, putting it into MyFitnessPal. Unless it's a 0-calorie sauce, like my sweet chili sauce recipe. Link in the description. This next one is a big one, and this is reading serving sizes wrong. When you read the nutrition label of something like a pizza, let's say, it'll often say 600 calories. And you think, great, I can easily fit in 600 calories for a pizza for my dinner. What you don't notice is that it says what a serving size is, and a serving size is actually 1/3 of a pizza, which means that 600 calories is 1/3 of that pizza. So in that pizza, there's actually 1,800 calories. So you've gone home and you're all chuffed with yourself. Do you think you've got a 600 calorie pizza for dinner? When in fact, that's 1,800 calories and you've just gone way over your daily intake. It's that simple. Another common way that people fall into this mistake is that it will say that a certain weight of food is a serving size. So they'll just assume that that bag of the food is that weight, when that is just not the reality. A small bag of M&Ms is listed as like 6 to 8 servings. So no, it's not 200 calories for the whole bag, it's like 1,000. And it even says on fizzy drink bottles that one of the normal size bottles is 2 servings. Nobody drinks that in 2 goes, come on. And the last one isn't really a tracking issue, but it kind of is, and I wanted to cover it. Eating back the calories that you burn from cardio. Don't do it. People will go for a run and their watch will tell them that they burn 400 calories, let's say. So they then go on MyFitnessPal, go on the cardio bit, and add in an extra 400 calories burnt that day, and then they eat another 400 calories. No! For one, these watches are nowhere near accurate. They'll say 400 calories, it's probably like 200, 150 even. And secondly, most importantly, just know the amount of activity that you do each day, each week, is all averaged out and it's included in your calorie goal. If you've got your calorie goal in there and that's what maintains your weight, that calorie goal is including that run you've just done and the same one that you did last week. You don't add in extra just because you've done it. It all averages out. So moving on, I want to talk about the calories and macros that you will see in recipe books compared to the versions you are making yourself. And with the popularity of recipe books out there currently, such as Greg Doucette's Anabolic books, Remington James cooking books, Scott Murray's High Volume Recipe Guides, I feel like this is important to cover. These recipe books that we're talking about, the ones that you and I are interested in, they are designed for people that are tracking their calories and macros. So obviously, they include the calories and macros along with the recipes. Do not use these for your tracking. Yes, Remington James's Peanut Butter Reese's Cup Blizzard might say it's 400 calories, whatever, and 60 grams of protein. But that doesn't mean yours is. You might have a different protein powder to him. You might have a different flavour pack to him. You might have a different topping to him. You might have a different Greek yogurt to him. You might not live in America, so you might have to get different versions. And these things are all going to have slightly different macros and calories, And this can actually add up a lot, especially when you're having a lot of different recipes over the same day and week. So instead, you need to recreate the recipe in MyFitnessPal and track it with the ingredients you have. Go onto the recipes tab, enter in the ingredient versions that you are using in the amounts that Remington James or whoever says you should be using, and you'll get the calories and macros for your actual version of his actual recipe, and then you can save that recipe in MyFitnessPal and use that each time, rather than relying on the slightly inaccurate version you'll get in these recipe books. A good example of how much of a difference this can make is anything that uses bread. If you're making anabolic French toast and you're following a recipe that uses slices of bread, which are 40 calories per slice, so the macros it gives are based on that, but the bread that you're using actually has 70 calories per slice, but you don't take that into account, and boom, you've added 120 calories just to that meal alone. Think if you do that 4 times in a day, that's 480 calories, and that is enough to stop you from losing weight. Okay, and so finally, the last important thing I want to cover is how to check food label accuracy, because these guys will lie to us. Why do food labels lie? Because they want to look better than they are to sell more products. And unfortunately, the truth is that products which are marketed to fitnessy people like myself are actually more likely to lie because they've got more reason to. They know the people which are interested in their products are going to be checking the calories and macros, whereas your average person wouldn't. So they want to appeal to those people which care about the calories. They're going to put those calories down, aren't they? For example, if a food has a lot of insoluble fiber in it, technically that's not absorbed by the body, so they don't include those in the total carb count or the calorie count. I personally think this is a bad way to go. I've never seen anybody that counts net carbs be that successful without spending their life tracking net carbs, so just don't worry about it. The second trick that they will do is they will just round things down. The FDA allows you a certain amount of inaccuracy and rounding within food labels, so they are going to exploit that to the fullest extent. In most places, food labels need to be within around 20%. So if they're trying to sell a product that has 200 calories, then you can bet your ass that they're going to be rounding that down to 160, 170 calories, because technically it's still allowed, but they actually know that the bars actually have 200 calories mostly. This is why drinks like Monster can claim to be 0 calorie when there's actually some calories in them. It's because they're just rounding down. Another thing, which isn't even a trick, is that it will just literally be wrong. Like, you'll count up the calories and macros on the label, and the macros just don't equal the calories. Like, it just doesn't work. It would literally just be wrong. So if the label says it's 120 calories, but it's actually 150 calories, and this happens over and over again, day to day to day, it all adds up, guys. So to quickly check food label accuracy, all you've got to do is break it down. You add up the carbs, which are 4 calories per gram. You add the protein to that number, which again is 4 calories per gram. And then you add the fats, which are 9 calories per gram. And you check to see if that total equals the same calories that they say on the label. Oof. And there we go, guys. That felt like a long one. I'm sorry if this was really, really long, but I just really wanted to go properly in depth on this topic because it kills me every time somebody says that counting calories doesn't work, because I know so well that it does work. If you can master this, then you will be in complete, full control of whether you gain weight, maintain your weight, or lose weight. Complete control. Now that is true power. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We have new videos coming out every Tuesday and every Friday. You do not want to miss out. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions on this topic, just drop them in the comment section below and I'll get right back to you. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and until the next one, see you later, guys.